Hi and welcome to Down the Shed. So here we can see the ASD-84 audio spectrum analyzer. Item ID is 13282, £3 3p, normally £4.20. Lighten that a little bit, so there's a quick peek at the parts and the kit. Look at that. So description, features, parameters. Here's your mode settings, your component list, and you can quite easily build it with the silk screen and that component list. And a few pickies of the completed item. So let's get on and build this. All our parts neatly laid out.
So we'll start by getting the resistors on board. So I'll start by putting RY5, 6, 7 and 8 on the board, plus RY9, 10, 11 and 12. So I'll do those 8 first. Right, so we'll just get some of these soldered down. I'll just do a couple. So heat the pad, heat the lead, introduce the solder, let it warm and remove the heat. So that's simple. So that's that side done. Clean the iron. Clean it every couple of solders really, but don't do as I do, do as I say. So that's the first 8 soldered in. I'll just nip the wires. Okay, so the 470 ohms we have yellow, purple, black, gold. So we've got RX1s here. RX4 is here. Don't forget the links to this and the ICSTATION homepage will be in the description. They are affiliated. I do get a commission. I've just got 5% on one of my own orders, which is a bit weird. I might have to do the decent thing and inform ICSTATION of this, because I shouldn't really be entitled to $1.12 of something that I've actually bought, but there you go. So that's those 4 in. So we've got a single one here, which will be the 10 ohm, and that is brown, black, black, gold. The 10 ohm is R15. Well, I'm guessing 10R because that's what it says. I don't know why the R, but there you go. I'll have to learn that. Which leaves us with 2 470Ks, which are yellow, purple, yellow, gold. And that's R13 and R14. Which is, one goes here next to the R15. So that's R14 there. Get in the hole, she said. And R13. So I'll just solder all these down. Okay, so there's all our welds. So I'm going to flick the light back on just in case. Actually, it's just not even picking up on the focus now. There we go. So I can't really, there we go. So all our welds. Okay, so being careful with your capacitors. So the 102p is C5. That goes down here between the power socket and the audio socket in there. And we have 3 104p's. This one goes next to that one in here. This one goes next to this resistor here, R13, so that's C3. And C4 is over here, which is again a 104p. Now the electrolytic capacitor, as always, negative stripe, positive long leg. That's going to have a little lay down. It's a bit of a this is another one of those lazy ones. As you can see on the board, we've got a stripy side and we've got a square and round hole. Unwritten rule, the square hole is always a positive lead, plus we've got the negative hashings there, so it's rather simple, and that will sit on the board like so. So we'll blue tack this lot down and solder in. Okay, so that's all, ooh, bit zoomed in there. So that's our board so far. As you can see, we've got our 5 caps on and our 15 resistors. Right, I think we'll get these audio sockets on next, otherwise they're going to start getting a bit awkward. So what I'm going to do is put a splodge on I pushed the 2 caps over, because these audio connectors, they've got a couple of pins underneath to locate them, but the actual solder joints are surface mount. So there we go, sit that into place, mount the solder. There we go. You don't want to spend too long on the heat with these, because you could melt the internals. Left-handed soldering, melt the internals of the audio jack. That one's done. And that one's done. Not Corona. So again, same detail. Bit of solder paste on the board. Just heat the paste up, let it flow. Flux is in the paste anyway. Don't look like I put enough on this side. It has taken, but I think we'll just put a dab of normal solder in there. Like so. I don't know if that's mine or the neighbour's dog barking. I think it's the neighbours. There's the gobby sods. Mine are gobby, but not that bad. Although one of my poor little buggers did get run over 4 weeks ago yesterday. Thankfully, he's as right as rain. For 900 quid, I'd flipping well hope so. So, our power block, yeah, it is neighbours. I can hear it at the other side of the shed. Power block goes there. So we'll blue tack that down. And I think we'll get the chip at the same time. So as always, notches, the chip's got a dent for pin 1 and a notch. Look for the goalpost on the board, the little half semicircle. I like to call it a goalpost because it looks like a goalpost when they show football pitches on maps or whatever on telly or diagrams. It's usually got like a, there we go. So if they are slightly wide, when they've not got the socket, you can just kind of help push them into line. So we'll just put a bit to hold that in place. I'll get that tacked down. So that's the IC on and the power. Remember to randomly do your pins on the IC. You don't want to heat it up all in one place at the same time. So I always go sort of corner and then just randomly, and just try not to keep them close to each other. So far that's pretty much nearly the entire board excluding the LEDs. So these switches are always a pain in the arse. The legs never want to go in nicely, although this one does. So there's the exception to the rule. So I'll just solder that on camera, seeing as I can't be asked to get up and turn it off or pause it during this bit. Again, I'm just going to do opposite corners. Got my little extractor fan running. my PC fan, which sucks away all my fumes and stops me getting nasty headaches. So there we go. So far that's pretty much everything but the LEDs. So I'll do a couple of the LEDs and then I shall stop the video. It's big live soon. Stop the video and do the rest and then come back. So this is a bag of blue LEDs. Again, I've got a few spares, different colours, these square ones. But as always, and I don't always do this, but nearly always, is to check your LEDs. So there we go, there's your blue. These are the old school, these are really old school, these square ones. So use a CR2032 just to test them before you fit them. So when you have fitted them, if you know you've put them in the correct way and you've already tested them, you know there's a problem with the board and not with your LED. So blue LEDs are D17 to D32. This is D32, so it's square peg, positive, short leg, negative. And you can see the arrow just about, it goes where the line would go across for the cathode, the pins there, but long leg, square peg, it does say that on the build guide anyway. So pop them in like that. These are the two that I've tested. So this is 25 to 32 on this side and the blues are 17 to 32. So we've got 2 rows of red and 2 rows of blue. So the trick really is to get them on the board, and when they're on the board what you want to do is solder down one leg and one leg only. So one leg on each. You can see it's wiggling around a bit there. Now the trick with that is we can now remove the board, remove the blue tack and make sure we're happy with the positioning of these. And when we're happy, we can solder the other 2 legs in. And it's much easier to rectify any alignment issues with only one solder joint. Just like that. And there we have it. So I shall do the other 30 of these and come back. Okay, so let's turn that off a minute. There we go. That's the first 2 lines of blue LEDs fitted. Right, so there we are. That's our completed board. 36 LEDs, which have taken me about 2 hours because I've been watching Big Clive live. So let's get this thing powered up and run some audio into it. Right, okay, so I'm about to plug this in. If you press and hold this button on power up, it will go into a self-test. Oh, trying to plug it in headphone jack, duh. There we go, and now what it's picking up, I don't know. We do need to source. I have found a jack here. I could try plugging some headphones into the other jack, see if we get audio out or whether it's just in. Otherwise we need to use the splitter. Okay, so that's going to be inputted into headphones so I can monitor if there's something going on. So now we'll plug the supplied 3.5mm to 3.5mm jack plug. That's quite a decent length on that. It looks like it's only oh no, it is stereo. So we'll plug that into one of these. I'm plugging the music in. That's as much volume as I can get out of this thing. Alright, oh god, no, I can't really admit to having that on my phone. Bit of Belinda Carlisle, Runaway Horses. Let's see if we can get further into this. I'll turn this the right way up. But I'm now playing a YouTube video, Jingle Bells. Okay, so you should be hearing Jingle Bells. So we're on fast refresh rate at the moment. So if we press it once, we get a 2, and that's medium refresh, and that's slow refresh. If we press and hold it, we're on high frequency at the moment, so we pick up, that'll go to sort of mid-range audio, and that. Oh no, we've done 3. That should be low level audio. So if we put it on B, we should pick up the average sounds, and I do like 1. So there we go. 1 is slow refresh, 2 medium, 3 fast refresh, and then you've got high, medium and low audio level inputs. So that's our little spectrum analyzer, ASD-84. Item number is at the start of the page. Don't forget shed-ICS, 15% discount on www.icstation.com. Thanks for watching, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.